Hey guys, we are glad you're here for another great episode in the Real Talk at the Round Table, where um, you have Mary that will be in and out, you have myself, and you have our special guest Sammy. He is here to talk about today. We're going to be talking about procrastination. Should I? Should I not? And um, confidence.
Boom.
That's right.
Is this
Well,
where I jump in?
yeah, might as well. Um, so the procrastination, I was kind of like delaying, and then confidence, it was like, but yeah,
Mm,
definitely. So, with being, procrastinating, confidently procrastinating, I like that.
there we go. Yes.
Or I'm very confident to procrastinate. Now, I'm not a person that procrastinates, but, um, I'm a workaholic, but sometimes I work too much and not enough play.
Yeah. Well, to here we'll kick this thing off. To start, procrastination uh, doesn't always have to do with work. Actually, most times it doesn't. The reality is procrastination is the short-term meaning is it's telling ourselves that we're going to do something and we don't do it. I mean, that's procrastination. So a lot of times it gets wrapped up in working out or business, but the reality is if you say, hey, I'm going to start reading a book, and then you just don't do it. Well, okay, why? You said you were going to do it, you had the right intentions to do it. Why didn't you start reading the book? you know I'm going to start working out. Let's wait till the first of the year. Let's wait till Monday. you know
Do it
Whatever
tomorrow.
that looks like. Yeah, I'll do it tomorrow. So procrastination is, eh, Dave, I'm going to step on your toes right here at the beginning of the show. We all have procrastination. It's just different things that we procrastinate about, you know. And it's one thing to be busy in business. It's another thing to be productive in business.
True.
Yeah. So we can be busy procrastinators. Yeah. That's what I used to tell my kids whenever they whenever it was time to clean up the house, and they take 6 and 8 hours to clean up a house that should have taken an hour and a half. Dad, we've been busy doing that. We've been cleaning the house all day. Yeah, I know. You're busy procrastinating because we could have been done in an hour and a half and doing something else, something fun.
Hmm.
You know. So, uh,
Yeah. And you actually said a good point because like every single day, I'm a perfectionist. Every single day I get in, it's like, okay, well, I got to do these things. And then let's say I'll do this, but I didn't make it to here. And it's like, well, why didn't you make it there? Well, things always come up. And do you know what ADHD stands for?
uh, I I think so, but you go ahead.
Attention deficit. Hey, squirrel. And we
Yes.
all have that. From time to time, we always get lost chasing that squirrel. Matter of fact, my previous office, I actually was overlooking the woods, and a lot of times I'd be doing work, and then there's a bird. I'm like, birdie, and it's just like sometimes I would beat myself up because it's like I needed to do this, but I was staring at that stupid bird. Or there was a deer in the back, and it's like I was watching that deer to see where he was going to go. And it's just like, so sometimes you're right. Those stupid squirrels distract us, and we don't really get the work we need to get done.
Well, and that's as far as the mindset of it. We allow ourselves to look at the squirrel, look at the bird, look at the everything else because we didn't really believe we were going to get it done in the first place. We started off that whole mission of achieving this uh, accomplishment today with already a negative mindset behind, my goal is to get this done today, but the reality is I'm probably not going to.
Yeah.
And so when we get lost in the squirrel or we get lost looking at the bird or whatever, it's kind of our okay. It's making the fact that we just lied to ourselves, we didn't keep our promise to ourselves, and it's a good excuse to get out of it. It's like, I was going to get it done today, but oh my God, this blue jay flew by my window and it was so beautiful. And I got lost in it. And now you knew 3 hours ago when you started that project, unconsciously, when that bird comes by, my day's over.
Yeah, pretty much, So, we all have excuses or different things like that, but we have to be proactive, be productive, be confident in being productive. Well, I got a person that walked by my office and just distracted me, and we got into a whole discussion that went nowhere. Well, you're gonna have discussions, but if it's going nowhere, you know what, dude or ma'am, I've really got to get back to work. Why don't we talk later? You know, but how many times can we do that? You know, because you want to be nice, you want to be respectful, but sometimes you just got to say, hey, look, leave me alone. I'm busy.
Yeah. And you got to be nice and respectful to yourself and your time and your energy first,
Hmm.
you know. So for me with procrastination, that's why I came up with the move framework. It's minimize the objective and value your effort. So at the beginning of your project or the day or whatever, it's okay, what is the promise that I made to myself I have to get done today? What is on my to-do list that has no if and or buts, no excuses? This has to be done today. And it's I got to get my workout in. All right. Well, I got to get my 1 hour workout in. So minimize the objective, value your effort. Minimize is to focus. So at the beginning of the day, you go, okay, I got to get my workout in. Let me look at the day. Okay, it looks like from 4 to 5 o'clock, I am open. So from 4 to 5, I'm going to do that workout. No ifs, ands, or buts, no excuses. It's got to get done. And then at 4 o'clock, you're at the gym or you're going for your walk or whatever it is that you're doing to perform that act. You do it and you start. And at 4 o'clock, you go, man, the day was long and I've got all these other excuses and I've got things on my mind about work and family and kids and bills and focus. Minimize is focus. Look, I'm at the gym right now. What's my first workout? Not what's the whole workout, not what's the whole hour going to be. What's my first workout? Well, my first workout is to do curls. All right. What's the weight that I need? Well, I'm going to start with 25-pound dumbbells. Okay, got them. Boom. Do the first workout. Focus. All right. Minimize the objective. The objective is to do an hour-long workout. The minimization of it, the focus of it is to perform each workout on its own separate entity for that hour. And then the value is to get that first curl in. All right, you lift the weights, you get your set done, and you go, cool. Shake it off and say, hey, I'm here at the gym.
Yep.
I'm giving myself credit for keeping my promise that I said I was going to do today. Value my effort. So you give yourself credit.
Each workout is in its own sandbox, and you've got maybe 10, 20 sandboxes that you have to do in that hour.
Yeah.
But you only look at one sandbox, and when you're done, get out of that sandbox into the next one and into the next one. We don't know how many sandboxes we have to do. We're just going from one to the next to the next.
Yep.
Yeah, I like that.
So, yeah. And you can use that framework on anything.
Hmm.
If you're sitting in your office and you got to get something done, you move, minimize the objective, and value your effort. You
Yes.
know, so it works on every aspect of procrastination. You said you're a perfectionist, so it's okay. What's that one thing I got to get done today that I know I'm going to nitpick the crap out of because that's my ADHD kicking in, and it's got to be perfect. I'm going to build this website. Okay, well, to minimize, I need an opening page. All right, so let's work on the opening page. Well, for the opening page, I need a headline. I need a title. All right, so see how we're just breaking it down? You
Hmm.
just break it down and you go, okay, what font am I going to use? How many letters is in it? What's the size I'm going to use? Am I going to have it center screen? Am I going to have it off to the right, off to the left? Like each one of those things. So here's the whole website, and I just need to worry about what the headline looks like.
Hmm.
That's it. That's my objective today.
Yeah.
And once I get that done, everything else is extra.
Yeah.
But that got
Now,
done.
being that you brought that up, I'm just gonna bring this because I do build websites. And so it's like as you do the header, some of the text. Oh, wait, you have this here. We have a link. We have to get that link working. So we go into, wherever that link is for and get that link to work. And then we have to go back to here to make sure that it all lines up to go to the next to the next. Well, in that going over here to make sure that this works, for instance, in the header, we have our scheduling link. Well, I need to go to our calendar to make sure the scheduling link works and then pull that link through to make sure it fits, And sometimes in the back and forth, and in some spots where you go, you have to go and make sure automations work, and it's in just building that one site, the one page, just the intro page could take you 3, 4 days because of everything connecting.
Oh, no, I agree. But just like I was saying, so you break it down.
Yep,
So
one at a time.
today, yeah, today, my objective is to make sure that that link works. It's to get it on the website, make sure it works.
Hmm.
That's it. That's all that I'm worried about doing today. If I do other stuff after that, great. But the objective was to make sure that link works on the website.
Hmm.
That's it. You know, what happens is, especially with overthinkers, perfectionists, like uh, a lot of the different types of procrastinations, is we go, I've got to build a website. I've got to build this huge website thing, and it's going to have links, and it's going to have calendars, and it's going to have my blog, and it's going to have my podcast, and it's got all these thousands of things, and it's so huge and unimaginable. And so if we just break it down to its simplest form and go, what's the name of that? What's excuse me? What's the name of this website? Well, it's Absolute Awaken. Okay, cool. Let's work on that today. What font do we want? What size do we want it? Where's the location of it? Boom.
Hmm.
That's it. That's all we're worried about.
Yep.
It's not overwhelming. People do this whenever they talk about getting healthy. Man, I got to start getting healthy. I got to start working out. And oh boy, to do that, I'm going to have to find a gym. I'm going to have to figure out how to work out. I'm going to have to figure out how to use the machines. Well, now I got to get on a diet. And to get on the diet, well, now I need to know what type of food do I need to get and how do I cook that food and where do I go shop for that food and which store do I shop for that food at? And you know what? I'm going to figure all that stuff out and I'll start Monday or I'll start. That's a great New Year's resolution. I'll just start then.
Hmm.
And it's like, no, dude,
Yep.
you want to start getting healthy? Walk out your front door instead of sitting on the couch binge watching TV. Walk out your front door and go for a walk. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
And then the objective is to get healthy, which we'd have to break that down to what does healthy mean to you, but then value your effort. The biggest reason people per se fail or quit when it comes to procrastination to even starting is they're scared already that they're going to fail. We don't start because we're already afraid we're going to fail. And it's like, no, give yourself credit for even doing, no matter how little it is that you do. Give yourself credit when you get that font figured out and the size and everything and the placement. You go, huh, that looks pretty good right there. I like that. Cool, good job, man. And now you can move on. When you go for that walk, I don't care if you walk around the block. If you don't normally walk around the block, that's more than what you normally do. So how cool is that? And when you get back home, you don't say, oh, yeah, I really wouldn't call it working out. I mean, I just walked around the block. No, you give yourself credit. You say, how awesome is it that I walked around the block? Because I don't walk around the block.
Yep.
So that is the coolest thing I did today was just walk around my block. Man, I'm going to do that again tomorrow.
Yep. Yeah. And
There you
that,
go.
that's key that you say that because, like, my old man would say, okay, well, I walked around the block. Good. But how come I didn't walk 4 miles? Now, I've been going through a thing lately called positive intelligence, and we celebrate the small wins. Hey, I took 25 steps today. Hallelujah. You know, well, you could have done 30. Salvatore, you get out of here. I did 25 steps.
Yeah.
Celebrate each and everything that you can because as you celebrate, you release those dopamines. Now, normally we wait a little bit, but I just have to say this because this is particular. I love Chastity. Her comment to us is she set timers for herself. So my
Oh,
question with that is, so I set a timer. I've got to get, as you use the example of the header, I've got to get the header done in an hour. Let's say you only got the first 3 words in an hour. We're still missing half the header. Does that mean we add to the timer or do we move on to the next thing?
for me, there's a lot of variables in there. The variables would be this on my, so I tell, I have my clients do a power list. And on that power list, there's 3 things. These 3 things are no ifs, ands, or buts, no excuses. They have to be done, every day. So if that completing that headline today was on my power list, there is no timer behind that for me.
Mhm.
There's just has to be done, you know, no excuses, no distractions. This has to be done. Now, if I am on a timed situation, then my objective would change to do as much work as I can on that headline in the hour I allotted for it. So different objection, same move framework, you know. So if you're on a timer, like, you know, yeah, that's not a bad thing. You just got to change the objective. You may not complete the final objective, right? But you have worked on it. So in the speaking business, we have a power hour. That's another thing that I teach my clients. Power hour. So in that power hour, that's your hour,
Mhm.
but it is on the to-do list. It's a no excuses, got to get it done. So in that power hour, it is up to you. Are you looking for new leads? Are you calling prospective clients? Are you shooting out emails? Like that hour is the objective is to build my speaking business.
Mhm.
What you do in that hour, that's up to you. But that 1 hour, you're not on your phone, you're not answering emails, you're not taking text messages, you're not looking at Instagram or Facebook, you're not catching the last 10 minutes of the show you almost finished
You
last
mean you
night
can't
on.
be scrolling?
No, no scrolling. No, no, no. Not unless you're scrolling leads to call. So, and again, so that's kind of, I love Chastity that she said that, everything's timed. That's great. I think, I personally believe, I think people would be more productive if they were to time themselves on everything they did, to set up their day in a timed manner, you know, because if not, then we get, that's when excuses and everything else come into play.
hmm
Yeah.
I noticed one thing that I do because my calendar books up pretty quite a bit a lot of times, and one of the things that I'll do is I put blocks in my calendar. Well, during this block, I have to do this. In this block, I have to do this. And then when other things come in, and something else comes in, oh, this has really got to be done. Well, what's not as important that I can take out? Well, I don't really need to meet with that person. Let me send them a message. I'm going to have to cancel. Plop them in. Now, a lot of times, canceling is like the last resort. A lot of times, I'll cancel other things, or well, I'm really busy today. Can we meet after? Unless, for some reason. But like canceling is like last resort. And I try to do those blocked appointments. I try to only do one or two a day because I still have to do, you typically got to do 25% into your own business. And so I try to do 25%. I work 12 hours a day, so I try to do 25% into the business, prospecting, calling, emails, whatever it is to work on the business. So I try to do two 1 hour blocks throughout the day. And I try to space it out, so that way it's not filled up. But I don't want to meet more than 6 clients. So that's why I try to space it out that way. I like a half hour in between so I can, whatever I had with the client, I can, pack that away and get ready for my next client. But sometimes they go back to back and I hate those meetings. Matter of fact, I had one today. I had a back to back, 9 o'clock and 10 o'clock. And the 9 o'clock, he was a talker. 5 minutes to, I said, well, I've really got to get going because I got a 10 o'clock. Um, 2 minutes to, I was like, dude, I've really got to get going. And 1 minute before, I was like, dude, I got to go. Click. Gave him plain notices. But he was a talker, you know? Sometimes that happens. And if you're not paying attention to the clock, being the timer, if you're not paying attention, you're going to go way past, way often. And then the 10 o'clock person's like, where is he at?
Yeah.
And then you show up late. It's like, where's he at?
Oh yeah. No, it's, you always got to be respectful of time.
hmm
So, do you find that your days, so with your system, do you find that that system causes you to have more successful days or more days where at the end you're like, dang it, I still could have got this, or I wish I would have got this or that, or dang it.
I'm a
Or at the end of the day,
perfectionist.
you like,
Yeah.
yeah,
So I'm a perfectionist. No matter what I do, it's not good enough. A lot of
yeah,
people tell me, oh, you did a great job. It's like, but I didn't do enough. Now, don't get me wrong, especially with what I go through. I always celebrate, hey, I did this. Hey, I did this. And at the end of the day, I look through everything I did. Well, I did this. Could I have done it better? Could I have done that better? And then when I get done with everything, it's like I could have done more. I had more blocks in there. Why didn't I do more? I took too long for lunch. I could have crammed my lunch in 5 minutes. Why did I take a half hour? Just small things like that. You know, Not bad things, but it's like because of the way I operate, it's like I could have crammed more in.
can
You
I,
piece.
Dave, can I give you a coaching lesson?
Bring it.
All right. So the other subject that we were talking about today was confidence.
Yeah.
So one of your favorite words that you love to use is try. I tried to get these phone calls done. I tried to get this done. I tried. They're in a matter of a minute. I think you said try about 8 times. I try, I try, I tried, I tried, I try, I try. Try is a killer of confidence. Try takes away all the credit for your doing. So Dave does not try. Yoda was right. You either do or you don't do. There is no in between. There is no try. You're either doing it or you're not. The problem is just like in the move, right? You don't, while you say, oh, I celebrate, it's one thing to celebrate, it's another thing to give yourself credit for doing even the littlest of things,
Hmm.
right?
Yep. You know, it's funny you
Don't
point
worry,
that out
don't
because
worry so much about celebrating. Make sure that you stop and you actually go, hey, give myself credit. I just did this,
Mhm. Yeah.
right? The perfectionist thing that you keep bringing up, and again, this is just coach talk. That's your good excuse to not get stuff done.
Hmm. Yep.
I'm a perfectionist, so I didn't get that done. And it's because I want it so perfect and I wanted everything to be exactly right. And, that's just the way that I am. It is. That's also a great excuse to give yourself an out for not completing.
Hmm.
I didn't get that done just the way I wanted it. So, ugh. But that's because I'm a perfectionist. No, that's
Hmm.
because you have an excuse of perfection.
Yeah. You know, it's funny you say that because like when I'm working with other people, um, and you know, it's key that you caught that because when I'm working with other people, I pay attention to those small words, and it's like, well, we don't want to say that word because you know, like I might or I may. We're going to do it, and in the current action, I'm a doer, but then in the same sense, I didn't do enough. You know, so it's key that you caught those because that's exactly true. And we all have those little pitfalls, you know, that we're dealing with.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, yeah. No, well, it's like I said at the beginning, we all are procrastinators.
Hmm. Yeah.
We all have our little niches and our little tweaks and twerks. But the try thing, really, I would implore you to concentrate on not using that word. And I will guarantee you, Dave, your confidence will start to grow. And that perfectionist mindset that you have, you will start, instead of just celebrating, you'll start giving yourself credit,
Hmm.
right? You'll start saying, I did, no matter how little or big, I did, and that for your confidence is huge. That's monstrous. Because right now, a big thing with confidence is your confidence goes, well, we tried. So does that mean we did good? Or does that mean we didn't do good? What, I don't know where to go with this, you know? So eliminate that try word, try mindset. If you did it, do it. Great. If you didn't, then give yourself credit for not doing it and go, tomorrow I have to do that. Or later today, I have to do this, you know? So, boom, there's my coaching. There's my coaching for the day. Call over. We're great. Everything's beautiful.
Well, with that being said, I do have to say we are at our halfway point. So at this point, I do like to give props to our sponsor, and we have a new thing that we're doing out. We're kicking the end of this month on Wednesday at 1:30 Central, 12:30 Eastern. Or I did that backwards. 1:30 Eastern and 12:30 Central. It's a free Q&A, complimentary, so everybody can come. The link is in the description below. It's the marketing Q&A. So if you have marketing questions, you want to enhance your marketing, make sure you come because Mary has some good tricks up her sleeve that she's going to be able to knock your socks off. Now we're at the halfway point, so anybody that posts questions in the YouTube chat, we are going to bring them live. And I see we have one of our long-term um, people that always comes here. She just got home. Well, this was a while ago. So, and I already brought Chastity's statement in, which brought some good conversation. So now, if you have any questions, anybody that's in the room, feel free to ask them, and we will bring them live.
Boom.
And
That's
whenever Mary's here, she's gonna wave to you. She's gonna be there for you. She's having fun today. I know after today, she's gonna be like me and Sammy with no hair. You can already see her pulling some hair out. So, um, technology's great when it works, and when it doesn't, you know. And today, Mary's going through that. So, Um, so a question came in. What kind of question? So, um, the questions are always pertaining to whatever topic we're talking about, anything along that line. Today, our topic is procrastination, confidence, or being confident in your procrastinating. Now, one time we have had a question actually stump our special guest. And we've been going for over a year. Past July was 1 year. And we've only had one time that a question was able to stump the guest. So if you think you can do that today, bring it on. Sammy is pretty good and he's going to be able to catch, and I don't think you're going to be able to stump him because he's very confident in what he does.
boom. I like it. I like it. But hey, I'm always up to a challenge.
Hmm.
So give me that challenging question.
That's right. So, um, as we keep going, um, I love it. Did you want to come in, Mary?
I'm gonna try because every time I try to do this, it kicks me out.
You're trying. Me and Dave just had this talk, Mary. You don't try. You're either here or you're not here. And I see your beautiful face, so that means you're here.
I I am here. Let me see if technology wants to cooperate.
Boom. I like it.
So what I was gonna say is Sammy does like a challenge because he's one of my coaches.
Ah, yes. And Mary is an awesome student, and I have given her props. And I will tell, this is something I will tell everybody here that's on this call or might see it later, is go get a coach for one, whatever industry or whatever it is you're looking to do, go get a coach. But secondly, when that coach gives you stuff to implement, do it. Like that's the thing with coaches, it literally, for me, myself, it makes my heart so full whenever I get on a coaching call with Mary or one of my other clients and they're like, oh, this last week I did the power hour or I did my power list and I put these things and I got them done. And just things like that. It's like, yes.
Hmm.
Because as a coach, we give out the information, but it's always up to the end user whether or not they're doing it or not. And so when we actually see the results and hear about them and all, man, that just, I don't know about other coaches. They might suck, but I don't. And so, hey, I fill it up. Let me know you're doing the stuff, and that's awesome.
Yeah, yeah. I always
And
say,
Yes.
Sammy, David is my other coach.
Ah, okay. Well, there we go. Dave, does she do everything you tell her?
for the most part, she's a
Oh,
she
For the
she's a
most part,
trooper. There is, and that's just being real, right? Everybody is that way. And for those out there, every single person needs a coach. If you're going to
yeah.
be successful, you're going to have a coach. Every celebrity has at least one. Every famous person has at least one. Everybody in business that's making it has at least one. And even I pay for a coach. We all have coaches, right? Um, that movie with not Jerry Maguire, but Show Me the Money. Help me, help you, right? We all need a coach of some type. Whatever you're trying to grow in, you need a coach for that because they're going to push you, you know? The thing I always say is everybody knows when you are in your comfort zone, you're insane. The definition of insanity is doing the same thing you did yesterday and expecting a different result. Everybody knows you have to come out of your comfort zone. However, if you come out of your comfort zone, you're not going to go that far. What a coach does is they take you out of your comfort zone and push you a little bit further. That's where true results happen. One coach I know, he says, I don't even start counting my reps in the gym until I start feeling it. You know, that's where the growth happens. When you just start out, doesn't do anything, but now you're starting to put pressure in it. Now it's starting to do, and that's when you count your reps. When a coach is with you, one more, one more, one more. How many one mores do I have to do? One more. You idiot. I put everything I had in that. One more. And you can't even go up any further. You're stuck. You're going to kill yourself because that bar is going to choke you. Then your coach picks it up and puts it on. That's what a coach does. It pushes you to the point where you're getting maximum results. That's why everybody needs a coach because you're not going to go to that level without a coach.
I'm the oddball coach. I let the bar fall back down on their neck, and when they turn blue, then I might pick it up. But even then, I'm screaming at them, "Come on, keep it up! Come on, this is ridiculous." Maybe that's a little bit too far. I don't know.
Yeah.
So this, I guess, I'm left out of the blue on this one. This one, Sammy and Mary's gonna understand, and this is an inside joke with you guys. I have no clue, so I'm out in left field on this. But let's not use celebrities as the reason to use a coach. LOL, kidding, kind of. Um, the two of you know what she's talking about.
Who is he?
Anna, her name in here is Anna Alta,
Oh
A-L-T.
yeah, yeah. We know who Anna is.
We
I
know
don't
who
get
Anna.
the reference.
I don't either.
I don't know. Anna's pretty famous.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, maybe Anna doesn't need a
Sorry,
coach.
not an inside joke. I am not a fan. Oh, she's not a fan of celebrities.
Oh,
Well, that's because she hangs around with them all the time.
true.
You know.
It's not a big deal for Anna.
No, she don't really say celebrities because those are more like friends.
Right.
Those are, her people.
Those are
Mhm.
her people. Absolutely.
When she drinks tea, she's got her pinky up.
Absolutely.
It's funny
Oh,
because
wait. Oh,
sometimes when
no.
you see me drink water, that's exactly what I'm.
Wait. Okay, so we're going to have a lesson right now. This is something I actually learned from a proper Englishman. Do y'all actually know what this means? Anybody? Nope.
Nope.
No.
Crickets.
So back in like the 14th century, herpes were like the pandemic, right? And people would go to parties, right? These to-do parties, and you would drink your tea with your pinky up, and that meant I have herpes, and I'm looking for somebody else in the room that has herpes, because those are the only other people that I can, hook up with. So this was a sign that you had herpes. Okay, so now I've educated the class
You
on
have, Sammy. Thank you
the
so
pinky,
much.
the pinky thing. So
The
now
pinky
everybody
thing.
knows the pinky. Don't do the pinky thing.
Don't do the pinky thing.
At least not around proper Englishmen because they'll turn and run away from you.
Right.
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
You know, the funny thing is, a lot of times when I drink, my finger is always up, usually either this or even further, but it's not because of that. It's because I actually have an issue with my finger.
Well,
I can't
Dave,
actually grip.
whatever excuse you got to tell yourself, buddy, we'll be there with you. We will agree.
We got you.
I got your back, man. Mary's got your back. You're good. We're just not going to pay attention to your pinky. None of these people have questions. Mary, do you got a question?
Sammy, don't you have a curriculum?
We've been talking about it,
Have
the
you,
move
I,
framework.
I, I've been getting kicked out so much. I don't know what. I have to watch the replay because I get kicked out so much.
No, we had a great talk. We talked about the move framework and,
Okay.
um, you know, so Mary, here, you're one of my clients. How have you used the move framework to help in something that you were procrastinating on, whether it was big or little or
I
anything?
am I am using the power hour and I am making the power list and I make sure that I get my things done on my power list. I make a 3 item list every day. I'm a big
Yeah,
list person.
yeah,
Where it's
yeah.
the way I operate.
So, in Mary's case, Mary, I'm going to bust you out a little bit, but at the same time, it's a compliment. So, Mary, on our coaching calls, when I brought up the power hour, right? In our next call, I said, well, how'd the power hour go? And she said, I've got it up to 20 minutes. And that's awesome because that's 20 minutes of uh, solid time that she's putting into it
Mm.
compared to a week ago, there wasn't 20 minutes.
Yeah.
So, I said, and I do believe I said, okay, well, this week, let's do the power hour again. And if you can make it to 25 or 30 minutes, that's a win.
I'm at 30.
You're at 30. See there? Boom. That's it. So the objective is the power hour for
Mhm.
60 minutes. She's used the move framework. She's minimized the objective. So she focuses the objective 60 minutes. I started at 20. I focused for 20 minutes. Now I'm at 30, you know. And at the end of that 30 minutes, are you going, heck yeah, I did
Yep.
30 minutes. That's
Yep.
right.
I'm starting
You
to do
give your,
that with myself to go, yes, look at what you did.
that's right. Give yourself credit.
Mhm.
That's it. I love it. I love you, Mary.
Back at you, Sammy.
Well, you
Dave,
know,
I'm learning to love you too. But don't put that pinky up at me, buddy.
it's funny you say that because like some of us are going through, and I don't know if the other person is here in the room or not, but some of us are going through a thing called positive intelligence.
Mhm.
And right now, we are literally going through love. 2 days ago, we did love self. Yesterday, we did love others. And right now, we're doing just the love itself. And it's funny because we have to bring in the sage, the creative part of our mind, and we have to bring something in that's going to produce that. So one of our exercises today is we actually had to something would be said, and what's the first feeling you got to that? And family. And a lot of times, a lot of us will think somebody negative. Well, this person in my family is an idiot. Well, what can you find positive about that person? What can you love on that person for? Because every single person has good and bad. What are you
Mhm.
focusing in on? Are you focusing in on the positive or the negative? So this person, I'm just going to make something up. Um, we have a person um, that they bite their nails. That's irritating. But they are awesome at cooking. They're like the best cook you can ever have. They make me great meals. but I hate when they bite their nails, and I hate when their teeth grind. It just gives me the shivers. You know, what are you going to look at? Are you going to look at the negative or the positive? Well, the positive, if you ever weigh it out, they're always going to have more positives than negatives. But the negative screams louder in our lives that all we see is that negative. And we have to focus in on the positive and make that bigger because there's more positives.
Yeah. Very well said.
I love it, Mary. You're in a better position now because you're not coming in and out.
Yeah. I'm down in the daughter's basement and I'm on her Wi-Fi, so I'm hoping this stays.
Yeah.
Well, it will stay because you're doing better.
Nothing like having to do a commute in the middle of the podcast.
Yeah.
Hey, that's all right as long as it's getting done.
Right. Well, and it's just across the yard, so it's okay.
Yeah. Me and Dave, we held down the fort.
Oh, yeah.
You guys did well.
No,
You
it's
don't
going to be
know.
funny because when you rewatch the video, um, again, speaking to OCD perfectionist, things have to be a certain way, right? And so you'll keep every time you came in, you keep seeing me moving things around so it gets back to order because I couldn't leave things just the way it is. Things have to be in order, you know. So you're gonna see some of my OCD coming out. It's like,
David, I think you just need to breathe.
There you go.
Well, I always look at it this way: we only live once,
Not if
so
you don't breathe.
we live like nobody else today, so we can live like nobody else tomorrow.
You stop breathing, you're not going to be living. Just going to say it.
Well, I have this awesome person in my life, and she's able to shock you back into life. So if I was to go out, we
I
have the
know that
money
person.
coach Mary RN that can shock your finances back in. Well, she can shock me back in too.
I know that person. Sammy,
So,
what is your best thoughts about coaching? What do you like best?
What do I like best about
Mm-hmm.
coaching?
Mm-hmm.
Uh, what do I like best about coaching? That is a good question. Learning the unknown.
That's good.
Yeah. I am a consummate learner. So for me, it really is. It's about reading a book. It's the same thing. I mean, everything I look at, I go, okay, in this coaching, say I was doing a 1 month coaching like I'm doing with you guys.
Mm-hmm.
I would look at that whole month and go, if I get one thing out of this, it was worth it. Just that one thing that I didn't know, didn't understand, didn't something that was worth it.
Celebrating the smalls.
And I wouldn't say it's a celebrate the smalls. It's because that one thing might be huge,
Mm-hmm.
but it's that one thing. I always look for that one thing when I go to watch speakers. When I went and watched Tony Robbins, that guy was up there for 3 hours, which is totally amazing. I will say in that 3 hours of watching him, I learned one thing, but I'm a studied and master in NLP. So most of everything that Tony talks about is NLP stuff. So I didn't expect to come out of there with 20 things. So I set myself up. I said, I want to make sure I get one thing out of this. And I did. It wasn't huge. It was okay. It was good. I've used it, a few different times, but that's the way I look at coaching. and Coach S,
Hmm.
give me that one thing, just that one thing. And so
Hmm.
my objective with my coaching calls, like with you and other people, is I want to make sure I give. I don't know if you've noticed this. I usually give you 5 things.
Hmm. I've noticed.
And my objective is for you to take and start implementing at least one.
Hmm.
And as long as that's happened, I'm good. I don't give all 5. Matter of fact, I'm pretty sure that on all of our calls, we've recovered and we've recovered.
Yes.
With the recovering, then somewhere in there, I add in one more thing
Hmm.
because you've told me that you implemented this one thing.
Hmm.
So now it's okay, cool, great job. I got 5. She implemented 1. So now I've got 4. I need to put 1 back in.
I love
So I
that.
just
Do
I
you know
keep
what
that cycle going.
five is?
What all 5 are?
No, what five represents?
Oh no, what's that?
So every number has a meaning. Five represents grace. So I love that you use five because a lot of times I like fours because four is preparation. 4 and 40. So I like 4 and 8, which is infinity, but you use five, which is grace. So I love that. Now, a good follow-up question to Mary's comes from Anna, and tell us something that was unknown to you.
Is that
Was
for
that for
Mary
me?
or for me?
Yeah,
For
for me
you,
or Sam?
for Sammy.
Oh, okay. What's the question again?
Tell us something that was unknown to you.
Something that was unknown to me. Um, Something that I give out to all of my clients, and I give it to just a lot of people, is big chunker, little chunker. That was something I learned in a coaching session. Big chunker, little chunker is this. At the end of the day, we go home and we see our significant other, whatever that looks like for you. And the conversation usually goes like this. Hey, how was your day? Oh, it was good. And then out of love or respect, they ask that question back. Well, how was your day? And you proceed in hearing a 20-minute dissertation of the whole day. Right? At 7 o'clock, I did this, and at 8:30, we did this, and at 9 o'clock, I went and da 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 da. So in life, we have to figure out who are our big chunkers and who are our little chunkers. Because if you try to give a big chunker too many chunks, they shut you out. When they say, how was your day? It was good. They're done. Their brain is turned off. In a sales situation, if you are talking to a big chunker, right, you're trying to sell a big chunker, they want to know the price, they want to know what time you're going to do it, and how long it's going to take. That's it. They're done. Car salesmen are the worst at this because they don't pay attention to who's the big chunker, who's the little chunker. So if a big chunker walks into a car dealership and the dealer, the sales guy comes up and he says, "Hey, how you doing today? What are you in for?" "I'm here to look for the new F-150. I want it in blue." He's done. The sales process is over. In this guy's head, go find him a blue F-150. He's done. Salesmen lose the sale before they ever start because they little chunk him, because that's what they've been taught to do. "Oh, sir, come on over here. We've got the new F-150. I know it's not blue, it's red, but here, let me show you all the stuff. Come here. Check out the interior. Look at these leather seats. Look at the radio system. Let me pop the hood for you. Check out this engine. Oh my gosh, it gets 87 miles to the gallon, and you can do this and pop, 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 pop." They lost the sale before they ever walked over to the truck because this guy knew, I want an F-150, I want it blue, and I want it for less than 60,000 bucks. He's done. All right. Now, on the flip side of that is a little chunker. If you do not give them enough chunks, then they're always grabbing. they're not going to give you their money because you didn't give them enough value. So if a little chunker comes into a car dealership and they say, "Oh, I want the new F-150. I'm looking for it with blue, but I'd be open to it being in red. And I would really like something that's got like 35 miles to the gallon to 40 miles to the gallon." But they're telling you, they're telling you that they need to, when you go to sell them this truck, give them everything.
Mm.
Tell them, take them over to that piece of paper that's on the side of the truck and just start going through it. Just start going through everything. And that little chunker sitting there going, "Yay! Oh, yay! This is everything that I wanted. Yay!" But if you take that little chunker over to the vehicle and you go, "Hey, here's that blue F-150 you were looking for. All right, would you like to sign papers?" No, they're not signing no papers. You didn't give them enough value. You didn't give them enough stuff. You know, so that, I will say, little chunker, big chunker is what moved my business to seven figures. Like I can honestly say that there alone, figure out who you are talking to before you start trying to do a sales process, because you'll lose it. If you don't figure out who you're talking to, you'll lose the sale before you ever start.
That makes so much sense.
Yep. Well, Anna says she loves it. She had to figure out who to give the chunks to, the little or who gets the chunks and who gets the only gets a little. So she loves that answer.
This,
Now,
hey, I'll say this: you can use this on your family. I have used this with my grandchildren, and that is so. The kids, we all know this. The kids come over, they get out every toy in the whole room, right? Well, then when it's time to pick up, you say, "Hey guys, go in there and pick up all the toys." Oh, that's too much. That's why they fight you. That's why they fight picking up all the toys. So if you every once in a while make a game out of it, and I'll go, "Okay, look, hey, everybody go in there and put up three toys, just three." But then whoever makes it back here to me first and high fives, that's who wins. And so now it's three toys. It's not the whole room. It's not all the toys. Hurry up. Go in there. Everybody pick up three toys, put them in the toy box, and then you got to run back in here. Everybody race. And whoever high fives me, that's who wins.
mhm,
You'd be amazed how much easier and more efficiently the room gets picked up.
Crazy.
And all we did was chunk them down.
Hmm.
yep. Now I love that. Now, just to let everybody know, we have three things we want to talk about. First of all, the end of this month, we have a free event all about marketing. It's the marketing Q&A. You definitely want to join. The link is in the description below. And this is going to be on November 26th at 1:30 Eastern and 12:30 Central. Just got to be there. Now, this is going to be a great thing that you're going to love, and you're going to want to pursue much more than we can even comprehend. If you go to the store, you will see some great specials we got going on right now. And I'm just going to give you a little teaser. Um, Coming up, we've got things that you can't even comprehend. You definitely want to make sure you check them because there is some great things coming. We have an all-in-one CRM that is changing the platform,
It
literally,
is. It's amazing.
and posting on all social medias, all that kind of stuff. So you definitely want to check that out. Then third, we also have a community that's completely free for all coaches. And if you're a coach out there, you definitely want to be involved. We're doing activities. We have events where you can get a lot of free stuff. And so you definitely want to join that. And if you're a Christian, there's a community that's going to be, it has been going on, but it's going to become really live coming up shortly. So you want to be partaking in these communities that's going on. They're completely free. Join them. Now, Sammy, I know you've got some information you want to tell us.
I do about something. Is this where I give him my links, Dave?
Yes.
Okay.
This is where you talk about yourself.
The floor is yours, Sammy.
The floor is mine. Okay. Everybody listen up. The floor is mine now. No. No, guys.
Good
Hey,
vocal variety.
I appreciate you guys having me on today. This was fun. Mary, maybe next time you can join us and make it more fun. I don't know.
I can
You know.
try. No,
Oh,
I will.
dang. Oh, you
I
will.
will. See, because Sammy, I'm the
Fun.
one who schedules people now, so count on it.
There we go. There we go.
Yeah.
But no, I do. It was a lot of fun. Dave, I appreciate the questions and just we had a great conversation more than anything. It was really good. And Dave let me coach him there for a minute. So
Love
that
it.
was always good too. Yeah. But no, if anybody's interested in getting a hold of me, you can shoot me a message there on Facebook. It's just Sammy Farrens, just my name. That's it. Go to Facebook and look up Sammy Farrens. Shoot me a message on there. Right now, my one big offer is I'm doing a 1 month, highly, I don't know, Mary, what do you call it? This high
A
intensive,
mastermind.
well, mastermind. I wouldn't call it mastermind because it's coaching, but high intensive coaching. So it's 1 month. I'm basing it more towards people that have never had a coach before. Somebody that's never been coached before. They're not sure what a coach looks like. They're not sure what a coach could do for them. Um, Hit me up. Let's do a 20-minute call or something like that and see if you're a good fit for it. See if it's something you'd be looking for. And, it's 1 month. So it's not a big signed contract. A lot of these coaches, they want you to sign up for a year or 6 months or whatever. 1 month, get you in there, see how you like it, see what value I can give to you, and give you a good coaching experience from the start, which again is something that unfortunately a lot of people haven't had
Yeah,
that luck to have. So,
so
but
true.
that's my big thing. So hit me up on Facebook. Let's see if you're a good fit for the high intensive 1 month coaching program and rock and roll from there. And everybody, don't do this again.
And
Never
for all
ever.
those people out there, if you want to hit Sammy up on Facebook, the link is in the description below. It just makes it real easy. Just click that; it'll go right to him.
Drop the
Uh,
mic.
Mary, do you have any final words?
Well, y'all, you just got to do the dang thing.